to attract an Aries man. First of all, let the Aries man chase you. Okay. If he's chasing you, you need to let him. Let him if he's like, okay, well, you might have made the first move, but now he's chasing you. Step back and let him chase you because he enjoys the hunt of catching his prey. Okay. Engage him in friendly competition, meaning like any type of game of like darts or, just anything, tic-tac-toe. It doesn't matter. Just any type of game and make it a friendly competition. Playing pool, different date ideas you can do. He loves that. He loves that. Oh, and he'll actually win and won't be chivalrous. He'll actually beat you in the game, but be like, don't, it's friendly. So you're like, oh, you won, or let him win. He'll love that. And he'll talk about it forever about how he won in the game and you lost. All right. Be bold. If you think that an Aries man is someone that you want to be with, tell him. Say, listen, I want to be with you. I think that you're attractive. I love your smile. I love your eyes. Let's go on a date. Let's do something. He'll like that. He'll like that too. And that'll make him, if you initially approach an Aries man and he is feeling you too, how you know that if he's also making eye contact with you and sometimes he could be a little shy or talk about, random things with you. Just go ahead and you like him, cut to the chase and ask him out. Ask him to do something with you. You could be playful with an Aries man, but you can also be a little mean. So he's not the type that will get his feelings hurt if you're a little mean in your playfulness. You may say something to him and it's not, a little bit sarcasm or sarcastic or whatever. He'll come back at you with that and y'all just, go back and forth. But, he enjoys humor. So if you are making fun or saying something hilarious, he will love that. He'll go back, you go back and forth in that type of situation of kind of teasing each other. Making him jealous does not work, okay? The lady of his dreams should pay very much attention to this, okay? He is not into you feeling like you can make him jealous, talking to another person, and just to see if he's going to say anything or he's going to look at you while you are, he's not. He's going to be like, oh, well, she's in a relationship. You'd be like, wait a minute, I was just talking to him and you looking over and cutting your eye off. Nope, you're in a relationship. I don't want nothing to do with it. He's not going to pursue you and making him feel like, that he's not number one. Okay. He likes someone who cares about his appearance. So if you, someone that's up that keeps up her appearance. So, make sure that you are fit. Do you have good hair? I mean, it all depends, what he likes, but most of them like a lot of the women who are fit. You have good hair, meaning that you take care of your hair, not a lot of split ends or dry ends. You wear light makeup, and elegant clothes, things that actually go together and match, what I mean? Not anything quirky or unusual or you creating your own style. He likes more of the elegant look. You're sure to make him curious. He'll want to know you better if he starts putting his eyes on. If he starts looking at you, and staring at you every day. No, he not saying anything. He may grab his chin a lot, holding onto his chin as he's looking at you, and you'll be like, "What is he looking at? I don't understand." But he'll look at you. He'll gaze at you. And you know that you're in if he's doing that because his focus is everywhere. He's all over the place. So if he's looking at you and he's holding onto his face and he's, stroking his beard or goatee or whatever, because they normally, a lot of them have, they can either be, most of them I've seen them like Aries, they have a little bit of facial hair, but they're not like the wolf man, You can get the biker guys who are wolf men, but majority of the time they are very clean shaven, or either a slight goatee. Okay, like I said, they love to laugh, even in a bad situation. If you can make a joke out of it, he'll look at you like, what? And love it. He'll actually love you making him laugh when nobody should be laughing at that time. This guy is continuously in search of fun. Okay. So don't be shy to be, when you're around him, don't be so melancholy when you're around him, like really, you know, dull or boring, because he likes fun. He likes excitement. He wants you to crack a joke. He wants you to be positive. He'll want you to be optimistic and appreciate the fact that you are like him. He'll like, oh, she's just like me, or this person to crack a joke and it's not even it's a funeral. Why are you guys joking? Why are you what kind of jokes it's like that type of thing, making a joke at a funeral. He would like that. Talk about life matters and how you feel about certain things that are happening in the world. Don't be afraid to share some secrets either. Okay. He'll appreciate that you are sincere and you trust him enough to actually share your innermost secrets. Okay. So it's okay to let him know. Whatever you say, don't be vague, or, like what you're saying, don't be like, oh, I can't tell you that. He was like, well, why are you telling me? It's like that type of thing. Just if you're going to tell him something that is a secret or tell him something to make you guys feel closer, go ahead and tell him all. He wants to hear it all because he can tell if you're telling him half truths. Okay. All right. Okay. So, let me see. Well, let's go back to jealousy. While jealousy works for many, it's different. It's definitely not a good strategy with an Aries man. Don't even think about flirting with other men when you're around him. Even if a guy comes up to you, like let's say the waiter, and the waiter is asking what you want, but the waiter is paying more attention to you. Don't engage the waiter. Be looking at the Aries man and say, no, I'm okay, or whatever, or just don't flirt with the waiter. Don't, giggle and stuff like that because he'll take it the wrong way. Okay. Don't even suggest that you may be curious about another man or you'll lose him forever. It is essential that you keep your relationship exciting and fun at all times. Okay. Aries man get bored very easily and always enthusiastic about adventures he should take or do next. So they like to travel and do different things. Okay. If the relationship gets too routine, he'll eventually decide to leave. Okay. And that's just it. He likes a feisty woman. Okay. So let's talk about your personality and what type of personality the Aries man like. He likes somebody that's feisty, somebody that's not a pushover when, you're out and let's say somebody stepped on your toe or somebody ran you over with the cart or pushed you with the cart. He doesn't want a woman, like let's say you're in the grocery store and a woman just rammed a cart into you and she's like, okay, whatever. And she didn't apologize. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry, even though you're the one that's hurt. He doesn't like a woman like that. He likes a woman that stands up for herself and will, tell it the person like they, he loves that feistiness. He wants a woman who is creative and has the same amount of energy as him. If he's into dancing, he'll take you tango lessons or some type of dance lessons or whatever. If whatever he likes to do, he'll also have you join in with him. He'll want you to come with him. Whatever he likes to do, he'll want you to come in with them. So if he is, a weight trainer, he likes to lift weights and stuff like that. Guess what? You're getting some muscles because he's going to have you in there in the gym and both of y'all are going to be pumping iron. And it's not like you do aerobics and he's pumping iron. No, he's going to be teaching you how to pump some iron. Show him your interest too, and he will delight it. He would love to do, if you show him like when y'all get together, you'll be like, well, I like to do this. He'll do that. If you like crafting, he'll try it. He'll try to get in there and try to make something. And, may not be that good, but he put the effort in. He will try, he will try. So that's good. Aries men, they're a fighter. They have a temper, okay? They have a temper. So it's like, just be careful with their, they have this hard shell, but they actually do have feelings. They have a fiery temper. They have feelings and you don't want to get him upset, okay? They need to feel like they want to know that you like him, you like them. They don't want to know that you like them. He needs to invest some time and effort into you in order for him to want to chase you, though. It's like he has to have some time around you and really seeing if you guys mesh mentally before he will actually chase you. So he doesn't fall for anyone's arms easily. It's not like you can, just lure him very quickly because you cannot. He's not easy like that. Okay, so just be just be attractive, at the same time innocent, just be like, have a little sex appeal, but at the same time be innocent. Don't let them think that you are easy, or you're like you're easy to get, or have some self-confidence. He really loves a woman that has self-confidence, somebody who knows what they are, knows who they are, and not afraid to tell him, listen, I'm not going to put up with that. They want someone that's going to, not let him run all over them. You understand what I mean? They don't want that. They won't respect you. Let's go into gifts. The perfect gift for Aries man is a camera, like a GoPro or something like that. An Aries man is always planning his next adventure. They like to travel. They like to go to different states, do things, and see the world. And they want to have those memories. So getting him some type of GoPro or something that he can, while he's running or while he's doing something, he can have that camera with him. Or when you go to some type of trip, that he can have those memories. Okay. Let's see, some type of the latest console, the latest gadgets, any type of gadgets, a brand new phone, the iPhone, the latest iPhone or anything like that. They love gadgets. They love electronics. Get them something in that, like, or even like some ancestry gifts, something that goes back to his his bloodline. If you can find some pictures and have some type of collage of a movie of his grandmother, great grandmother, or great grandfather, and have those pictures all the way down to him, he would love that. Something like that. Any type of keepsake gifts, something, maybe like a drill or a hammer, just certain things, you'll know your Aries man, you'll know who he is. But some of them, they are handy and work on different things. So something that he could put in his toolbox to work on that. But bracelets, beaded bracelets, something that you made. It's like a beaded bracelets and have like onyx or something on it, or, something like that. He really would love that. It's like they love to wear those bracelets and stuff, like the beads, like those round circle beads. A lot of them, doesn't matter, young, old, they do appreciate those. When a Taurus man if you actually do land the Taurus man, okay, this man can actually be the most protective man you will ever meet. He will run to your rescue, but he will fight for you. He will do anything to make you happy and to make you smile and laugh. It will be a wonderful, harmonious relationship between you and this Aries man. If you're lucky to find one that is truly mature and in his Aryan element, it will be the best union, and you'll be happy, and you guys will be in love and be able to do all the adventures that life has to offer that you guys can think about. So many vacations, so much love and caring and fun will come from an Aries man. Congratulations. You found your match. How to attract and seduce a Taurus man. You can give him eye contact, just a little lingering looks at him, when he's looking at you, because he will stare at you. Give him a little eye contact, look at him back, and then look away, and then look back at him. But not so much that it looks creepy, okay? Just enough so he knows that you're interested and he can approach, that it's safe for him to approach. When it comes to makeup, let's talk about makeup. He's not adverse to makeup, but not so much that when you wake up in the morning with him, it's all over the pillow and you look like a totally different person than he was with in the first place. You don't want so much that you're like, it's not you. You're not that beauty that he thought you were, because sometimes he may not know that you got it all caked on or something like that. Or, he may just see that initial attraction, but then he'll start picking you apart. So just enhance your beauty, not overdo it. And be beautiful. Even if you're not the standard beauty, just try to play it up a little bit on your looks. Try to do a little bit more as far as, taking a little bit extra time to get yourself together. so that he can, different things that you can do with your hair or whatever, just to make sure that you look good and you smell good. They're into smells. They like to have someone who smells good and take care of themselves. They're very physical. They like the physical appearance of someone. They're very visual. Okay. Don't rush them. Okay. Don't rush them to do anything. This male may not approach you right away. If they're really serious about you and it's not just something they're doing at the moment, they may be a little shy. They may not, approach you right away. Now, if they're just, trying to do something for the moment and just, they may already have somebody and they want to just, have a fling, they may be a little aggressive, but that's out of character for a Taurus male. Taurus male is a bad judge of character, so they may have been hurt in the past. They may have made bad decisions when it came to the opposite sex or whatever, to people in general. They may have made bad decisions. So this means it's highly likely that he has been hurt in the past, and as a direct result, it may affect his trust in you. He may not trust you. May think that you may cheat, or you may do something to hurt him. Okay. He's a tough nut to crack. I mean, he's really, really tough to really get that trust and that for him to really feel comfortable. So be prepared to take your time in winning his trust. Be prepared. He can be supportive and very helpful, though. He can be, if he's interested in you, he'll want to help you. He'll want to do something. He'll want to take that role and saying, okay, well, I got this. I'll do this for you. I will, especially in the beginning. He's very helpful and wanting to help you. He may be on a routine. So just think about that. You want to seduce and attract him, notice that if he likes you, he'll be on a routine. He'll say hi to you every day at a certain time of the day. It will be like clockwork with him, because he's all about, things happening at the same time. They're very structured when it comes to routine and doing things the same way. Okay. It's hard to break them out of their routine. Cooking. So they love to eat. Taurus men love to eat. They like good food, good seasoned food. Okay. The food has to be seasoned good. They may be the type to lick their fingers or suck on their fingers or something like that. They love food. They love, home cooked meals. Okay. Taurus men really love that, and they like for you to be catered to. So if you make something for them, bring it to them and prepare the plate for them so they can eat. And now another thing is preparing the plate, making it so where they're eating, and have the bringing it to them on the plate, not just in the box or wherever you got it, or just on the stove and saying, hey, go in there and make you a plate. No, they like for you to take the initiative to do that and make the plate for them, because they really love femininity. They like the gender roles type situation. When it comes to, in a heterosexual relationship, they like the gender roles. When you are female, you're not a man, or this is what it is. It's like they like to take the dominant, approach when it comes to male and female, gender roles. They can be quite materialistic. So if you're getting a Taurus man a gift, make sure it is, a gift that costs a little bit of money, because they don't like cheap things. Anything that's cheap or fake or anything like that, they don't like it. They will, in their best, they will buy you things that are of their material, to be able to buy you something that they can afford materially. So why don't do the same for them? If it's in your bracket, do something a little bit out of the box for them, something that, splurging on gifts is something that they really like. They really love romance. Okay. Romance is a big thing. So doing things that are romantic for them, a wonderful at home type. They love to be at home too. So nice at home, put roses on the floor and the candles and all of that. The lingerie. They love a woman in lingerie, actually dressing up for bed. Okay. They're really, like I said, materialistic. They love that money. You know what I mean? So even if it doesn't cost a lot, make it look like it cost a lot. Make it look like you spent some money on it, even if it's not. The 5 senses. So touch, smell, taste, they're all into that, and they're Their erogenous zones are more like their throat and neck area. So they like the, kissing and things like that, so throat and neck area to be a place to kiss and bite a little bit because they kind of like that too. Teeth do not scare them. Okay. Chasing a Taurus man does not work. Okay, because it makes him distrust you. He makes him feel like he doesn't want anything that feels too desperate, So if you're being very desperate and clingy and all this stuff, he may stray away from you. He may, on purpose, not contact you because he feels like you are, too clingy. So don't, let him reach out to you. He'll be on clockwork with it. And once he realizes that, she didn't call me today, have him let him be the one that's thinking more about you by you not chasing him. Okay. Well, the thing is like this. Okay. They really are family oriented. Okay. Even if some of them are estranged from their family or something like that, they love the family dynamic. That family dynamic is something with them for their children. They will, if they're not around their children, they will yearn and crave to be around their children. For whatever reason, they're not around their children. That'll be something that's missing in their life. So if there's something strange going on or something's going on in their life, try to put things together for them in an easy way. Make a suggestion. Hey, call your kids. Hey, and they're like, oh, well, they may give excuses, but try to push that back so they'll know that, oh, this person is definitely, wife material, They really love their kids. So, try to make that happen. All right. It's like, compliment them on their clothing. And their smile. If they have a beautiful smile, if they're smiling, be like, if they actually took the effort to smile, compliment them. Say, oh, you have such a beautiful smile, and then let it be genuine because they can spot it if it's not. And they're already very critical and think that you're not being completely honest anyway, because they don't know you and they don't really trust you like that. And this is something that's within them, They're much so homebodies, perfect date for them is, cooking together at home. They would love to do that. Some of them really like to cook themselves, so they may even cook you a meal. But they love that home cooked, Netflix and chill type situation, watching a good movie together and really enjoying each other's company one-on-one without all the outside distractions. Okay. These men, they really dislike artificial, anything that's fake, artificial, stuff like that. They're really into the more of the natural beauty type of woman. But still, they will go for someone who's all made up and all done up and everything, but they love that natural beauty, something they can look at and be like, oh, she's just beautiful. She's beautiful in the morning, They love a natural beauty. So if you're, you can, there's some stuff that you can put on to make yourself look like it's natural, but it's not. They're kind of lazy. Okay. Taurus men are kind of lazy. So, not when it comes to work though. They will work. But when it comes to, doing things, they may lay around a lot. They may be like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm in bed, so it's like that type of thing, unless they're around their family, of course, if they're close to their family. They enjoy intimacy, okay? A Taurus man really, really enjoy intimacy. Intimacy is like their food, and intimacy is everything to them at home. They really, really enjoy that. So you can do like, little games and stuff with the Taurus man. He may be, when it comes to doing anything wild and crazy, he prefers something, more feminine. So don't, come in the bedroom all dominant, like you running things. And that's not how it's going to work. You know what I mean? With a Taurus man, he's not into that at all. Once a Taurus man decides that you are the one for him, you are the one for him. He will not, once it's out of his system to stray and be with anyone else, he made the decision on his own. It wasn't coached or put in his head by you as far as you pressuring him, because he won't make a move if you pressure him. He'll be yours for life. You guys will grow old together and love each other for life. It'll be a situation where it's harmonious and happy. How to attract a Gemini male. First thing I need to tell you guys is a Gemini male loves attention. They like for you to laugh at their jokes. Gemini male isn't usually very difficult. They like to have someone who is very attentive to their needs. One thing you need to be is be very intelligent when it comes to a Gemini male. You have to fertilize that flower. If they are giving you something, you must give something back to them. You know, you have to be the one who is interesting and have new topics for them to be able to bounce off on. You have to meet them where they are. You must, because a Gemini male loses interest very quickly. And you need to be creative, outgoing, have a sense of excitement. This guy is very romantic, okay? He's on his toes. So be constantly reinnovative. Reinvent yourself. Make yourself new every time you see him. It could be a challenge, but, just be very interesting. You know how to be interesting, right? Go with the flow. Make sure that you are coming up with new things, new ideas for him to be able to feed off of. They are thinkers, very big thinkers. They love intelligence. When it comes to you thinking, you being able to talk about your goals, things that you want to do in life, and also talk about their goals. What do they want to do? To your Gemini of interest, say, Gemini, what do you want to do? What are your future goals? What are your next 5-year plans? They'll let you know. They'll tell you because they have thought about it. Definitely have thought about it. Flirt like crazy. Be very flirtatious with them, be open, Flirting is essential when it comes to a Gemini male, in order to seduce him. He likes somebody who's very flirtatious, someone who, not with others, just with him. You can engage him when he has a situation where he wants to flirt with others and want to talk to other people. Don't be jealous, Don't be jealous. He's someone who wants to keep up with your intellect and your wit. Don't be jealous when it comes to him. Don't be jealous when it comes to him when he's in an environment and he wants to talk to other people. Because he does like that. He likes to talk to other people while he's with you. But he doesn't feel like it's a problem. And that's the situation where he wants someone who is like, okay, well, is this person a thinker? Is this person, we on the same page? A Gemini male is full of excitement. But one thing about him, with all his excitement and all his wanting to do things and go new places and do new things, give him his space. Lots of space. The Gemini male will run a mile away from you if he feels like anyone is foolish enough to think that they can slow him down, because he's very fast paced. He wants to have his space and he wants to go at his own space. So don't be fooled when you're thinking that you can, tie him down very quickly, because it's going to be a challenge. It requires you to trust the process when it comes to him, which might not be so easy. It might not be so easy to calm. This is a charmer. The Gemini male is a charmer. He is a charmer. He's able to talk you right out of your panties. Able to talk you into doing things you may not even want to do. But he is so, he is very persuasive in the way that he does. He does get annoyed if you become jealous. Be a good conversationalist for the Gemini male. You have to be able to hold a conversation. That hi and bye or WYD is not going to work for him. Some of you guys may not know that. It's what are you doing? What are you doing? And they shorten it with text, right? It doesn't work. He wants to he may even, when it comes to text messages, he may even bombard you with text messages, but it will be constant. If it's a short text message, it'll be 1,000 of them. If it's a long text message, it'll be a whole book and him telling you how he feels. But to seduce him, you're going to have to make him laugh. You're going to have to be funny, witty, quick on your toes. you're going to have to make sure that he is not seeing through you, because some Geminis think that they're more intelligent than you are, so they may be able to see through you. So be genuine, okay? Be genuine. It's no big deal if you really want to get to know a Gemini or get them into an intimate encounter. But, to entice him, you have to entice him mentally. It has to be a situation where you're mentally challenging him, not in a way where you're overstepping the bounds. Agree with him, but also let him know that, you see where he's coming from, but you have your own ideas and you can help him in his ideas, but also are learning and letting him teach you something. So, be like, oh, wow. Oh my gosh, Mr. Gemini. That was so amazing. But you know what I think? Oh, I don't know if you want to know what I think. But do you want to know what I think? And you'd be like, yeah, what do you think? Yeah, what do you think? Because they talk really fast, right? Yeah, what do you think? And just, tell him what you think and be like, what are your thoughts on it? And he will sit there and tell you what he thinks that you're trying to say, because a Gemini will always try to let you know what you were trying to say. What you were trying to say is, well, what you meant to say was, that's what they do when it comes to that. But ask about their goals, even if they're 90 years old, whether they're 20 or 90 years old, they will always have some future goals. My future goals are, I want to become X, Y, and Z. My future goals are, I am going to graduate college. A Gemini will be in college or go to higher learning when they are 40, 50, 60 years old. They'll be a freshman in college. So just be like, wow, that is awesome. That's amazing, because they always have, and they write things down of what they want to do in their future goals. So be supportive in that. Don't criticize them on it, because they'll look at you as far as criticizing, what did you do with yourself? Even if you are a graduate, you're into your career, and they'll be like, okay, so what are you going to do next? Is that all of you? They want to know if you just stopped growing, because a Gemini is a grower. They are always growing. They're always planting seeds. No matter if even if they're successful, they're still planting seeds. Even if they're successful, they still have not stopped. And a lot of Geminis, even if some of them may not be so motivated to actually do something, some of them are all in their head. Depending on what their rising moon is, they may still be in their head and still have these thoughts on paper, but never actually materialize them. They need someone to keep up their intellect, okay? They need somebody to keep it up, because sometimes they can be a little lackluster when it comes to that, and they can be like, okay, well, if they're around people that aren't growing, they don't grow. They may be innovative in their ideas and their thoughts, but they may not grow, because they'd be like, okay, they're stagnated by their environment. They're Geminis, meaning that they can be both sides. They can, birds of a feather flock together type things, but they'll always feel stagnated, always feel like someone is keeping them back or holding them back from what they want to be in life. They will feel like, and have that regret factor later on in life. Like, I should have done this. I should have done that. I was able to do this, but something stopped me. I was around the wrong people, the wrong crowd. Sarcasm. A Gemini will use sarcasm. Don't take it personal or offensive to you, because sometimes the Gemini will be very sarcastic in things that they say. They don't mean it. They're looking for a laugh. They're looking for something that lighten up especially if it's a situation where it's getting really heavy. They will use sarcasm in order to lighten the mood. Go with it. Don't take things personal when it comes to the Gemini, because the next moment they're sweet after they've been harsh. They can be very harsh, then be very sweet, and they can always say, I'm sorry. And the next moment you'd be like, oh, I didn't know you didn't act like you were sorry. But they will apologize. They'll be a friend forever. If you start off with a Gemini as friendship, oh, you have a friend for life. A friend for life. A Gemini male will always become your friend first. Oh, yes, they will try to sleep with you and want to have that intimate encounter. But, you guys can be friends afterwards. You guys can always maintain a friendship. When it comes to landing a Gemini male and wanting him to be your husband, wanting him to be with you, wanting him to be a part of your life, you cannot have it to where you are being over possessive or controlling when it comes to a Gemini male. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Because once you have a Gemini male, and once he is there for you and he knows that you are there for him, he'll love you forever. He will never forget you. He will never let you go. Never. And if you ask him, he'll tell you. Once I get married, once I love, I love. I love hard. How to attract a Cancer man. Tread very carefully if you set your sights on seducing a Cancer man. You'll be wrong to assume this meek and mild crab is an easy conquest who won't give you any hassle. Entice a Cancer man to fall deeply in love with you, and you will land yourself a lot more than what you bargained for. He's emotionally fragile with his heart, and that is easily broken. Don't insult a Cancer man. You cannot, not even a little bit, not even mildly. Don't be sarcastic. Do not insult him. Don't make him the butt of the joke in just a playful way. He won't be able to handle it at all. His heart is easily broken, okay? So tread very lightly when it comes to that. And he also will make you feel very guilty if you make him cry. Because it's hard to do because they have this really tough exterior. So, just compliment, be nice, You can make him feel like you have these old-fashioned values, just like him. You'll attract him more easily if you make him believe that you're just like him. You have a traditional approach to love. This man is looking for a true soulmate. One he can settle down with, one he can be happy with, have children with, So with that, you have to appear that you are traditional. You're not wild in the streets and partying every night and going out to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning to the club's closed or something like that, or just, not going to be able to give him enough time. He wants to know that you are with him and only him. You're not just raunchy person just going out and doing anything and he can't trust you. He's more attracted to modesty. He likes somebody who is modest, someone who is nice, Any amount of raunchiness is not a good look at all. This guy sometimes is a bit of a prude. So get a new relationship. So, if you're not a prude, if you don't, he's very, when it comes to you being too wild, he's not into that. Not for a mate. Maybe for a partner for tonight, but not for a mate. Don't make the mistake, however, of coming on too strong or asking too many probing questions at first. He could be quite shy and reserved, easily scared off by predatory types, groping at him. He will more want to know more about you, and not so deep into his life so soon. You can ask about his, if you want to ask him about his roots, you can say, oh, yes, ask him about his parents, ask him about, things that went on, as far as like, how was your parents? Family is very important to this guy. So he often tends to be his main priority. So if he has children, they're the priority. inquiring about his childhood and roots, such as where he was born, whether or not he has brothers and sisters, where did they go on vacation, stuff like that, or, see where he's at. But also you need to watch his face, because they cannot hold their emotions very well. You can look at them, they try to keep the stone face, but when you start asking them something about their childhood or something like that, and you see, or anything, and you see something in them that feels sad, step away from it and start talking about something else, go into a different topic, because there may be some hurt or some pain around it. So you don't want yourself to be associated with any hurt and pain when it comes to this Cancer male. Cancer men usually have a very close relationship with their mothers, and securing her approval is a must-have for a long-term relationship. So if you're serious about seducing this guy, you better start making friends with this woman now. If you can get close enough, make friends with her. Cancer, their moms might be very possessive over their sons. So this could be a tricky task, but you can get in there, buy her things, get her things that, flowers or something. Act a bit helpless with them. Act like you can, like the number one tip for attracting a Cancer man is to act a bit helpless. Act like he's likely to respond more positively if he thinks that you're in need of something. With it, some tender love and care or something like that. So although in reality you may be quite tough and capable, make the point of showing him that you're more vulnerable on your vulnerable side. He's incredibly soft-hearted by nature. Cancer man can't resist a sob story, okay? He will want to look after you, okay, and everywhere he can. His high level of sensitivity is closely in touch with his feminine side. Not normally a particular macho type of guy. The Cancer man, however, is strongly developed perceptive. So his instincts are on point. He will know if you are faking it. Like you say, don't act, put on if you're acting, you can do it. Put on your best acting skills, because he can see right through you. But if you can convince him that you need help, he'll be a knight in shining armor. He'll run to you to come help you. Okay? He will see that you're in need and want to help you. So don't hesitate to ask him for his assistance in whatever. Be consistent in what you're saying. If you say that you're going to be somewhere at this time, don't have this Cancer man waiting, okay? You cannot have him waiting around for you, because he's going to think that you're not serious. You tell him that you're going to call him at a certain time, call him at that certain time. Otherwise, he'll judge you for it. And he'll say, oh, well, you didn't call at that time. He can easily forgive you, but you just don't want that holding over your head, because if somebody else that he meets, that person is more is paying attention to time or paying attention to their feelings over you, he'll go for that other person, because you're just trying to seduce and attract him. You don't really have his heart yet. Do not volunteer heartbreak. Okay. Don't volunteer. Don't try to start drama with this Cancer man to see if, he's going to get jealous and if he'll run after you and everything, because what he'll do is he'll ghost you. He'll go ghost on you and really retreat in himself if he has any type of feeling or emotion towards you, even liking you, and you hurt him in some type of way. He'll retreat. He may come back later, but he's not a glutton for punishment. So he won't keep coming to receive more from you. Okay. They block out their emotions, but the thing is like this, listen, they are able to block their emotions, but on the surface, inside they're crumbling, but they're able to block it on the outside. Okay. Cook with them. So you can cook with them, go in the kitchen with them and say, hey, let's have a date of we're cooking together and doing something like that. They will really enjoy that. One thing about it, when they come to your house, they will snoop. Okay. So they will snoop. They will look in your they will look through your drawers. They will look through, anything. They're snoopy. So if you are like, you leave them alone for a minute, a Cancer man will look through your things. You won't know it because he'll put it exactly the way it was. Nothing will be misplaced. But he's going to find out more about you one way or another. If he's interested and you've actually were able to get him closer to you, to be in your home and be in your environment. And sometimes he'll just come to your home just to see what it looks like. So it's hard to really, navigate or know if he's really interested in you if he just come into your home, because they like to go to a home, period. They like to see how you're living anyway. Okay. So how you'll know is if he's calling you, he's picking up the phone the first ring and stuff like that, and he's not just trying to come to your home just to get in your home and see how you're living. So make sure you don't have anything that's going to expose you in your home, because they're going to find it. They're going to see it. Make sure that your laundry basket is put away for your dirty clothes, because they'll, just make sure. Okay. Make sure, because they'll look through those things. Nice gifts for Cancer man. Something sentimental, they like things that are expensive too, nice expensive gifts. You can get them something, but something, if it's expensive, make it to where it's expensive, but it's something that's practical, that they can use, not something that, they'll have to shine up and sit over there. Or you can also do things like have something that they can actually see every day, something that they're using, keychain, something they could put on their keychain, that they can have on the keychain or something like that. They like, they're not so much of a gaudy people where they like a lot of jewelry and heavy jewelry and stuff, but really nice, tasteful pieces, nice, tasteful pieces, something that they can actually wear and see to remind them of you. A Cancer man, if you ever decide to be with a Cancer man, okay, and you think that this man is someone that you want to be with, this relationship will be loving, okay? It'll be a very loving relationship. They like to be at home, so this man will make it at home on time. If he says he's going to be there at 9 o'clock, he'll be there at 9 o'clock. So you don't have to worry about, oh, he's late, or once you have him, once you have his heart, and you guys are together, maybe having a glass of wine, this is your normal routine, you establish a routine with him, he will be the most loving, caring, compassionate, sensitive man you will ever meet. A great dad, very active. If you can land him, it'll be the best decision of your life to cohabitate with this man, because he knows you. He can feel your pain. He's very intuitive and psychic. He'll be able to know when you're hurting. You won't have to actually tell him that you're in pain or you're going through something, because he will ask you, are you okay? Is there anything that I can do? This man in a relationship is one of the most compassionate men. And good luck in getting him, because it'll be well worth it. How to attract a Leo man. The first thing you need to do is spoil him, either with compliments or things. But don't do it too much, because what he's going to think is that, oh, she's just doing this because she likes me. They all like me, because he has very high self-esteem. So he's going to think that you are doing so much because you're trying to be a part of the crowd and you like him. But just sprinkle it, just what I'm saying. Don't overdo it. Just, a little bit here and there, and then, pull back. He has a tendency to put himself in the center of attention. So you may find yourself competing with a number of admirers. The key is to make yourself stand out when it comes to him by not being that available. Don't be easy. Make him work for it. The typical Leo man is popular, and he is very particular with what he likes. He likes to be the one that is in the center of attention. Everybody's adoring him. Everybody is saying how great he is, whatever he does, And if he's not getting that, if you see that he's not getting that, and you find out and you talk to him that he's a Leo, give it to him. He will love it. Once you get the Leo man alone, you'll find yourself in a unique position. Very unique. Because when a Leo man is alone, he's alone with doubt. He is feeling very insecure about himself. They always act like they're so assured and they're very confident and sleek and being able to slither, around like, yeah, I got this. But inside, they really are very insecure. They need that validation in order to feel like they are worthy. Most people don't get to see the side of a Leo man. He doesn't want anyone to see him other than anything but the most self-assured and confident person. He is a bit of a showman, so he doesn't want anybody to know that vulnerable side. You can persuade him to reveal some of those doubts and demonstrate what you actually think about him. But he won't show you at first. He's going to still put on the persona that he is the man. No matter rich or poor, he is the man. All right, so what you can do, an ideal date for a Leo man, something you guys can do together. He's a pleasure seeker by nature. So a date night out, comedy club would be a perfect place. Something that he can be seen and he can dress up nice because he loves his watches. He loves his jewelry. He loves to be flashy, gourmet meal. If you can't get out and you want to do something at home, make sure the meal is good. Make sure you looking good. You have to look good because it's like a Leo man wants something that can compliment him or even okay. So they think they are the best thing that's going, right? But you have to look good on his arm. He's looking for an arm piece, but somebody who is not going to outshine him, but equally matched to him. Leo man likes to take a traditional approach when it comes to gender roles on a date. So let him open up the doors. If you guys go out, let him open up the doors. Let him pull out the chairs. If you're at home, let him help you with bringing the plate of food to the table. Let him do that because he wants to help you. He wants to do that if he's into it. He's going to be like, oh yeah, I got this one. He's like that. Oh, I got that. He's more of it makes him feel more regal, down to earth when he's in a one-on-one type of environment, like a regal king. If you're looking for something more neutral, situation where you want to, dress and not have to put up this, be all done up all the time and make sure he looks good, do that. Do a home date. Do something but also you have to, when it comes to the home environment, make sure that looks a little, upkept. Make sure everything is good. Make sure things are in place. Maybe even have something that says something about him in your place, meaning that, oh, look, I have this. It says something about your sign, Leo. Something that is related back to him, if that makes sense. Like, you can have a lion, a stuffed animal or something, be like, look, it's a Leo lion, just playful things, but not too in his face. Just like, something, a little, dancing around the issue that you are validating him on how he is so wonderful. What to wear for a Leo man? A Leo man loves to be admired, especially, he loves to be admired by you. So he wants you to admire him in what you wear, meaning that if he wears a color, he wants to be like, for you to ask, what color are you wearing when we go out? And he'll say, well, I'm wearing the color red or black or blue. Oh, I want to wear something like that too. I'm going to wear, what? I think I'm going to wear my blue dress. I think I'm going to wear my red dress. You're wearing it. I want to match you. And he'll be like, okay, and what he'll do is he will dress to the nines, and the best, even if he's not, doesn't have that much money, he's going to make sure that that blue, black, or red, or whatever he's going to be wearing, that it is on point. And he's also going to pile on the cologne. So don't say anything about it. Just be like, oh yeah, you smell really good. You know, that type of thing. But to wear for him, you can wear oranges or yellows if you don't want to match with him and do anything like that. You want to do something different. Oranges or yellows are his favorite choice. So he really likes those type of colors. Anything that is matching to your skin. If your skin is like, you have a pale skin, put something that is not even matching, something that is complementary to it, like the greens or if you have a brown skin, the oranges or the yellows, The perfect gifts. Oh, this man is fashionable. He likes clothes. Even if he doesn't have any, you can get him something that it is expensive, because one thing about it, if this man doesn't have anything, how he dresses, he will have something on him that costs something, and he will let you know it. Well, this right here cost. Well, look at what I have. And he's very flashy with it, with his watches or something like that. Perfect gift would be a watch, something that he can wear that is nice, it's flashy, that's, even small pieces. If he doesn't have the whole wardrobe to match it. Now, if he does have money, because a lot of Leos are, they try to go for the best. They want that luxury, right? So if he has money, you can get him something that is a little bit, something that he would appreciate, and, that'll make him look good. So, but you're going to have to come out the pocket a little bit. It's not something that you have to be on his level. You can't be like, okay, well, Leo, I'm going to make you this gift, that I'm going to make you something from my hands, and it's going to be some stick figures and something I made you out of trash, but I made it and look how great it looks. He doesn't like anything that's cheap. Nothing that's cheap. He's like, save that. Keep that for yourself. He's not that. A Leo, when it comes to intimacy, he goes all out when it comes to sensory experience. He's spontaneous. He'll like to do it anywhere and everywhere. As long as you're up for it. He will, when it comes to different places and stuff like that, he loves that. He loves that type of spontaneity. A lot of playfulness. If you're laughing in bed with him, he will enjoy that. What he'll do is start tickling you. He will start doing a tickle, like, oh, she's laughing. Well, I could do something to make her laugh. Her laughter comes from me. And he's tickling you somewhere. And you're like, wait a minute, I wasn't even laughing for that. Okay, now I'm being tickled. Okay, I'll do that. It's like that type of thing. Just to keep him and to want him and to seduce him, adore him, love him. He is not so complex. All you have to do is tell him that he's your king and you are happy with him and you're okay with how he is and who he is, and you want to know more about him. And this man will be the most loving, caring, generous man that you will ever meet. He will, in turn, with all the validation that you're giving him, he will tell you in private how much he loves you and how much he appreciates you. How to seduce, attract a Virgo man. First thing you need to do is take care of your appearance. Grooming is very important to a Virgo man. They can be quite picky, okay? Demonstrate, be kind, okay? Be kind to others, do things for other people. Let them know it, that you have done that without bragging. Don't overdo it and say, I did this, I did that. Just let them know that you're charitable, and you may not even go and actively go to the charities, but you have donated to some charities and you put in your donation. Let them know that. Okay, keep it clean. Okay, Virgos do not like messy women, even, or, whoever you are watching this or listening to this. They don't like you to be dirty. They don't like they're going to look around your home and see if you are clean or not. They may even look underneath your bed if you're not looking. They may go and look in your shower to make sure that there's no dirt in the tiles. They're just very picky like that. They want everything in order and want to see if you are a suitable mate for them. Okay. They may be a bit of a know-it-all, very talkative, maybe tell you things, unwanted advice they may want to give you. So with that, what you can do is act like you're very interested in what they're saying, even though you already know what your plans are and what you're going to do. They may want to go ahead and tell you and for your next 5-year goals and what you should be doing in your own life. Just go with it. If you really want to attract him, if this is who you want in your life, go with it. Let them give you unsolicited advice. Okay. All right. Make time for them. They're going to want your time. So, free up some time and make it for them. Don't appear too busy. Okay. Don't appear too busy for them. Make some time for them. And when you guys do get together, make sure you're polished. Make sure that you have crossed all I's. Wait, not crossed I's. Make sure that you have, and if you have crossed I's, it's fine too, but they may be a little bit picky on that as well. But make sure that you have dotted all I's and crossed all T's, because with them, they can be quite critical. So they may, point things out or say something that you could have done better, or, helping you when you didn't ask for help in that way, maybe seem like it's a little harsh. So don't take too much, how do I say? Don't take it to heart. Don't get your, feelings hurt. They're just stating their opinions to maybe try to help you, but it may come off a little, depending on if you have thick skin or not, you may not understand. Okay. A Virgo man is something of a perfectionist. Okay. Particularly when it comes to the matters of the heart. He may have waited literally for years for the right person to come along. This puts you in a rather difficult position because either you are not the person either you are pretending to be the person that they are looking for, and they'll figure that out later. And so you'll put yourself in a pickle. So just try to be yourself. Be yourself. He'll probably have a mental, he's going to be able to dissect you. Okay. The Virgo man is going to look at you and he's going to think that he knows everything about you just in the first conversations. He's going to size you up and he'll think, oh, I know exactly what she likes. I know exactly what she's going to do next. I know exactly what is going to happen next, and may not even have a clue. But in his mind, he believe that he knows you completely. So when it comes to attracting him, just, gently, and if you want this equal relationship where, you want to gently tell them that they're not always right, you can say, well, I do like that, and that sounds great, but I like this as well. You put that as well. So you're not making them completely wrong. You're just telling them that, I like this too. This is something else that I'm interested in. The first thing they're going to notice about you, we talked about appearance, but that's the first thing you're going to notice. They are extremely, when it comes to keeping yourself up and tidy, pressed, like, a Virgo man will like, let's say if you have like your shirt and it's completely crisp and ironed or something, and say if it's, if you're wrinkled, if you're coming in there and you got wrinkled stuff on, they're going to notice it. They're going to notice if you have a run in your stockings, if anybody wears stockings anymore, they'll notice that, just the small little things. They're very meticulous when it comes to that. They can talk your head off. Okay. So if a Virgo man is talking to you and he's talking a lot and telling you, talking about different subjects with you, things that are more deep and in depth, and they are giving you advice on, or, letting you have an input on something that they want to talk about, they're actually letting you speak. That's a good sign, because him actually listening and not talking is a sign that he's interested in you, and that he's, receptive to listening. And you also have to be receptive to listening to him. So if he wants to talk your head off, let him talk, act like, wow, you're so smart. Oh my gosh, I never saw it that way. Wow. You know what? I was thinking about this too, but no one-upmanship when it comes to a Virgo man. Do not appear too smarter than him, because he's not going to be able to handle it, especially that initial, the initial meeting, and you actually, you found some flaws in what he was so sure about. If he was talking about his own work and career, and you're saying to him, there's a better way to do it. No, that's a no-go. He's not going to like that. He's going to, that he'll shy away from that. Now, if he's helping you in your career, even though you've been in this career for 15, 20 years, and he wants to go ahead and give you some advice, take it. Maybe even implement it and show him, say, hey, that advice you gave me, I'm actually implementing it into my career. You were right. He'll love it. Ask a Virgo for help. A Virgo man, ask him for help. Don't be too proud to ask him for help, because he will help you when it comes to anything, something handy or something like that. If he doesn't know it, guess what he'll do? He'll try to figure it out. Definitely try to figure it out. He's very analytical though, so he'll try to think about, okay, well, why are they asking me, and what is this about, and what is this leading to? So he'll analyze every single thing that is happening in that initial introduction of you and him. As far as the first few weeks and stuff, he's definitely going to be over analyzing the situation. Let's see, the Virgo man, he is the type of man that he may be into politics, so you can maybe talk about politics, some type of listen to his political views on politics, religion. He is so broad with his, with his communication stuff that he knows. He's so broad when it comes to what he knows and what he's studied and what he thinks he knows. It's all over the place. Like he'll be able to switch different subjects, and he will appear to be an expert in all of them. So just listen to what he has to say, and for you need to find it very interesting, or say how interesting it is, because if you're willing to listen, he's definitely willing to talk. Okay. Be proactive and be productive. Okay. Don't let him think that you are lazy. Okay. If he actually has, idea that you might be sloth, it's like you may live in sloth, or you might be lazy, or something like that, he will definitely run the other way. Okay. So clean up your house, keep your house tidy. Your appearance, keep your appearance up, listen to what he has to say. When it comes to gifts for a Virgo man, think of something that he would like, as far as things that whatever he's into, stick with that. Don't go outside of the box. Don't, do anything that you may think that is cute for him. Just buy him a book on something that he's talked about. Let him know that you have listened to him and what he's saying to you. And you're just not, if he says that he likes Star Trek, because a lot of Virgo men do, they like Star Trek. So, or some of them, they like Star Trek, get him something on Star Trek. So let him know that you were listening to his ideas. They will appreciate monetary restraints. Okay. So if you don't have to get something that's too expensive for a Virgo man, because he's going to look at you like, okay, you're trying to spend up all my money. Eventually you're buying stuff now, but you're going to try to spend up my money later, so get him something that is educational, something that he will like, but it doesn't have to be, too expensive. Just make sure it's tasteful, book of poetry or grooming products always, get him some razor or clippers or something to groom himself. That's always very much so appreciated. A Virgo man can be a very complex man, okay? Very complex man with all of his intellect, his perfectionist, being a perfectionist, but he's also a very loving man, okay? And once you have a Virgo man in your life and he knows that he's the one, that you are the one for him, this Virgo man will actually be with you and guide you in life, okay? He will be like a second parent or something, or, somebody who's strong, knowledgeable, and be able to direct you in the way that he feels that you should go, if you're willing to follow. How to attract a Libra man? Well, the first thing you have to do is don't fall for his charm, because one thing about a Libra, he will charm you right out of your, a Libra man is trying to test you. He will test you and see how far he can get. So to see what type of character you are. So to try to attract him, make sure you speak your mind, okay? Speak your mind and hold your confidence when it comes to him. And also, make him let you know that you're not so easy to get. Have that push and pull type of mechanism to where, he knows that, you're interested, but also knows that he can't just get you easily. Don't be too nice when it comes to a Libra man. He likes to chase. He likes to hunt. He likes to be the man. So he's not into someone that's too easy, too easily able to get. And, they're just, you think about a lion, okay? Think about a lion and think about if the gazelle that is running all of a sudden lays down and they are, ready and able to be acquired or devoured, right? The lion will think that the gazelle is sick and he will completely ghost you or be like, I'm not interested anymore. Do not engage in intimacy talk or intimacy period too quick when it comes to a Libra man. Like I said before, he will think that, anyone can get you, anyone can have you. And he is a high quality man in his mind. So he's going to definitely want someone who is high quality and a female partner that he seeks. Don't hold back and never conceal what you feel deep inside. Be free to express your opinion in everything. Tell him your view on music, politics, music, anything creative that you're doing. Let him know that you're smart enough to make him fall in love with you and you're worthy. Let him know that you can have fun even without him, that you're not too clingy, you're not desperate. A Libra man is someone who likes to socialize. And you will be very happy to see that he will be very happy to see that you're socializing with people and you're, going out and doing things. And, if you're in a crowd of people or there's something where there's a group setting, even a home type of setting or something like that, or you invite him somewhere where it's you have people around and friends around, that you're out socializing and doing your own thing, he will gravitate to you. A Libra man does not want to see you too dependent on him and dependent on his attention and his validation for your fun. He wants to see that you can do it on your own because he's going to definitely join in on you. He doesn't want someone that is holding on to him to pull him down. He wants an equal partner. A Libra man is very confident, so he'll be easily attracted to someone who's also confident. Raise your self-esteem. Don't look down on yourself. Be brave and look to him when you want to talk or raise. Let's say you want to talk to other people. He's attracted to somebody who will go out there and talk to other people. He's not attracted to anyone who is scared or timid, or feels like, when it comes to other people, they can't speak or speak up. He's not into that. He's looking for somebody who is going to match him in his security within himself. Somebody who's self-assured. If you're not self-assured, you're not good for a Libra man. When it comes to a Libra man, you have to be attractive, at least if you're not the standard beauty, it's okay. Just do your best, okay? Put on red lipstick. They love the color. They love red. So if you wear the red lips, anything seductive, they like to be seduced in that way of, you being being very extra. So they're into that. They like when you try. Okay, they can tell. They can always tell that you've tried your best, and they will appreciate it. Don't act coy when it comes to a Libra man, when it comes to you wanting or sending signals that you are interested. A Libra man is looking for someone who is very straightforward. I like you. Okay, it's like the situation of back in the day they had where, do you like me? Yes or no? Check the box. It's like that type of thing. Don't play games when it comes to them. It's either yes or no. I like you. Okay, now let's go forward. Not the game playing or let me just run around here and see if you catch me, because the Libra man I'm telling you, there's a lot of other people who's going to be wanting him. A lot of other people, he's admired in a crowd. People can notice him, they see him, and they're attracted to him because he's sociable. He's able to merge himself in different type of situations. He has his own personality. He doesn't have to be someone else to be seen. He can be himself. So he's looking for someone who is straightforward and tell him, yes, I do like you. Send him signals, direct signals that you are attracted, and he will reciprocate if he's interested in you. A Libra man loves to flirt, okay? They are the biggest flirt. Sometimes their flirting can be a bit over the top, when it comes to sexuality or anything like that. They can be a bit over the top. So if a Libra man is flirting with you and he's giving you a lot of attention undividedly, this Libra man is very interested in you. So he will definitely use his communication skills to flirt with you. If he likes you, he'll come on to you. You'll see that smile. The smile that he gives is more of like a side smirk. It's like he's talking to you where you see that smirk on the side of his lips. You'll know, and he'll puff up his lips a little bit like, as he's talking. It's like his lips become a little bit more puckered. But to know that a Libra man is attracted to you, he'll flirt with you endlessly and maybe even say some derogatory things, but, mildly at first. Yeah, this man is quite charming. Don't make the mistake and push him away. Once you see that indicators that he's attracted to you, ensure that you behave appropriately. Make him think that it's his idea to chase you and commit to you. He will enjoy the hunt and the chase of you. You'll really enjoy a real connection when it comes to a Libra man, when you feel like he's chasing you, and he'll enjoy the hunt and the chase of you. But you have to make it like it's his idea. By doing that, how you make the Libra man think that it's his idea is, tell him, hey, I want you. This is what I want it to be. But pull back. If the push and pull, I want you. Okay, now there's nothing. And so it makes him be like intrigued by you and wanting more. When a Libra man knows that he likes you, he panics. He goes into hysteria like, oh my gosh, what is happening? Am I going to marry this girl, or am I going to, is this just a thing where I'm just liking somebody? He goes through all the different emotions, not knowing what he's going to do with you. A Libra man becomes so confused because he knows he likes you. He knows he wants more, but he doesn't know if this is just a situation where it's going to be where I'm going to be with her for a few months or I'm going to be with her for a lifetime. The Libra man requires much patience before getting deeper into a relationship. The good thing about this is when he loves you, he's going to love you at 100% at all times. Once he's really thinks and really knows in his heart that you are the one for him, he's all in. The Libra man is naturally a ladies' man, so he knows how to make you happy. If you liked romance, he'll be extra romantic. If you like eroticism, he'll be extra erotic. If you like domination, he'll be dominant. He'll be whatever you want him to be. So let him know what you want in the beginning of what kind of man you're looking for. And he's like a chameleon. He'll become it. A Libra man will do everything he can to make sure that the life is happy with him. He'll do the candlelight dinners. He'll do the romantic getaways. He'll do things even if he doesn't want to do them. He will do them. Even if he doesn't want to go out, he will go out. Even if he doesn't want to stay in, he will stay in. To capture a Libra man's heart and to have a Libra man is something that is very special because he is desired by many. But if he chooses you, you need to understand you did your job. This man is very hard to catch. So if you caught him, congratulations. Ladies, I'm telling you, this will be a wonderful match with somebody who's able to match you. Finally able to match you, finally able to love you, finally able to be with you. This is a perfect man when he's on his higher plane or someone who is fully matured, a great companion, a great love, a great relationship, husband. This is definitely husband material. And father. He'll be everything you want him to be. The Libra man. Congratulations, lady, if you actually got the chance to get him. How to attract a Scorpio man? Well, the first thing you need to do is be the smartest woman in the room. Be the most intellectual, the most intelligent about various different topics. He'll love it, especially the topics and the things that he is interested in. Search your brain on things that whatever he says that he's interested in, whatever you know about that, you get in the conversation as well. He'll love that. Like, oh, you know about this too? He'll love that. He loves to bounce ideas off on each other and things that he's interested in. He'll light up. Don't throw, if he goes to different topics and different subjects, don't throw it all at him at once. Let him talk. Let him open up a little bit because he can be a little bit shy and more reserved when it comes to someone probing and getting too deep into his mind. Okay. He likes, and he also for you, he likes you to be a little bit mysterious. He doesn't want you to, have, just vomit at the mouth with everything that goes on in your life. He wants to, wonder and question about who you are, and he'll obsessively think about you constantly. Getting a Scorpio man to chase you is not an easy job. However, the secret tips that you will be able to nail this down to get him to want you and to desire you more than just a physical connection is that you make him open up. If a Scorpio man can trust you, if you can win his trust, you're in. He feels that he can depend on you and he wouldn't want to let you go. Understand that his life goals are something that is very important to him. He is not someone that will give up on his plans with you. He's not someone that will break plans when he makes them. Making him open up is not easy. You can slowly talk to him about certain things and jump off the topic if he stops talking. Don't probe. Don't keep going on and on and on about it. Give a little bit of yourself. Tell him a little bit of your secrets and things that you want to talk about, but don't give too much. And then he'll feel like, oh, okay, well, I can trust her. She can keep her own secrets, so I know she'll keep mine. She's only telling me a little bit, so maybe I'll tell her a little bit more so I can learn more about her. Be very nurturing to the Scorpio man. If he finally opens up and start talking about his family life or things that happened to him when he was younger, be very understanding, nurturing, and attentive to when he's talking. Also, if he tells you that he has done something bad in the past, but he has turned his life around, be very understanding when it comes to that too. No matter what it is, say, you know what? I am so proud of you that you did that. I'm so proud that you've overcome that. And maybe tell him some things about you as well. Some things that you may want to keep secret when it comes to the things that you've done wrong. Revealing secrets about himself is one of the major keys to know that he is going to be falling in love with you very, very soon. When it comes to dressing and what you wear, don't be too provocative when it comes to him. Don't wear overly provocative clothing. You can still be, dressed where you feel attractive, but don't look like you are walking the streets. He's not going to like that when he's looking for a permanent mate or someone he even wants to date. With a Scorpio man, the first impression is a lasting impression. So for someone who puts so much effort into his physical appearance, he's definitely looking for the same in you. He's looking for you to, dress nice and make sure that your clothes that you actually put effort into it when you're going somewhere with him, because he's going to do the same thing. You cannot expect anything else from someone who is wrapped up in mystery with such a depth of character. This doesn't mean assign to him to say beautiful woman only. It doesn't mean like you're saying, okay, I'm the only beautiful woman in the room or anything like that. It's just pay attention to how you dress. You don't have to outshine anyone. Just let him just wear the clothing that makes you feel comfortable, and also the clothing that when he looks at you, you guys are on the same equal playing field when you go out. And how you do this is study what he has on when you first meet him. If he's dressed down when you first meet him or if he's dressed up, depending on where you guys are going, if you can look and say, okay, well, we just met and he's at the grocery store and he's wearing, his clothes are very in order and he might be casual, but he still looks like he can actually fit in anywhere. You will know that when you go out with him, you actually get him to where you guys are going out on your first date or first outing to play it up a little bit, but don't do too much as far as the look to where you are sexy, but not in a provocative way. Classy. Be very classy. You can be seductive, but it doesn't mean it has to be revealing. A touch of modesty is always appreciated by the Scorpio man. They like women who are classy. Like I said before, the less you reveal, the more it's left to their own imagination. Another quirk is that they cannot stand fake nails. Fake nails, fake eyelashes. They just, for some of them, they have a problem with them when they look like butterfly eyelashes and the long fake nails. This is something that irks some of them. Just, class, being appropriate, something about that just irks them. Okay. So when you are overly done and it's just too much and it's obvious. There's something about the lies in that appearance that the appearance creates that the Scorpio man cannot stand, because he may be thinking that, okay, if she's lying about, adding all this stuff on, is she going, they'll be constantly thinking about how you are going to hurt them or what you can going to do to them or something like that. When they first meet them, it's like, oh, she got them fake nails on. I know they're not real. She got the fake eyelashes on. I know they're not real. And so what he'll do is he'll internalize that and start thinking, okay, what else is not real about you? A Scorpio man loves surprises and they love adventures. You don't need to pretend to be mysterious or lie just to keep him hooked. Only keep yourself. Don't be an open book, but, just enough to get his attention. If he knows the story, he wouldn't waste his time reading the book. The lesser he knows, the more he'll stay hooked on you. And flirt. He likes to know that you are interested in him. Again, don't go all out and make your intentions clear. Don't overdo it, but just make your intentions clear that you are interested in him. Give him compliments. A Scorpio man will love to hear a compliment from you or a bunch of compliments for you, especially from the woman that he's dating or is interested in. This is the perfect way to make a Scorpio man start falling deeply for you. Compliment him on his personality or on his appearance and he'll start obsessing over you because you're always making him feel good when he's around you. If the Scorpio man does nice things for you, then make sure you compliment him on the things that he's doing for you. He'll fall for you if you do that. I'm telling you, he will fall in love because he'll know that you appreciate him. Not only would this help him fall in love with you, but it will ensure that he will keep doing the things that he's doing for you. If you keep telling him how well he's doing and the small things that he's doing for you, they will get more and more and more. He will start outdoing himself to please you and to hear the compliments and the validation of you or the appreciation of him being appreciated by you. It'll just get better. Be careful though. Don't overdo it. Don't over compliment him on things that he's doing. Don't every day you tell him you have a nice smile or don't overdo it. Moderation, everything in moderation, because you don't want to look desperate or like you're desperate or needy. You don't want to look that way. He'll just push you further away from him if he feels like you have no other, like you're just obsessing over him. He wants to do all the obsessing over you. If you decide to give him compliments on his appearance or personality, then ensure to be careful, like I said, not to go over the top. Don't give him hundreds of compliments on the first date or, he'll start thinking that you're annoying and needy. Keep it casual. Keep it casual. If that is the saying for getting a Scorpio man, is keep it casual, everything in moderation. Don't let the Scorpio man catch you in a lie, okay? If he catches you in a lie, he'll think that everything that you're saying is a lie. So just try to remember what you say or just be honest and tell the truth to him. He'll appreciate that more. Scorpio men are very protective and a little bit possessive. So if you know that he is wanting you to spend all of his time with you and bombarding you with text messages and calls, you know that you have him. You know that this man is not going anywhere. Being with a Scorpio man can be one of the most passionate, loving relationships you will ever have. You will know his presence when he walks in the room. You will know when he's looking at you with those smoldering eyes, and he'll be able to talk to you with his eyes and tell you that he cares for you or how he feels about you or that he wants you, just by the way that he looks at you and how he stands close to you. A Scorpio man is a passionate relationship that will be a long-standing relationship if you know how to play your cards right. How to attract the Sagittarius man. The first thing you need to do is be fun. Be fun have very lighthearted energy when it comes to attracting a Sagittarius man. All this heavy talk and woe is me type of talk, leave it out in the cold. He's not interested in that. He's interested in lighthearted fun, having a good time. Comedy. He loves comedy clubs if you can get to one. He loves to have, comedy or watch it on TV, watch it on a movie or something of comedy. He loves that. Very lighthearted energy. You can also be comedic. Make jokes. Even if it's a situation where it's a tough situation or something's very heavy, if you can find the humor in it, he will definitely follow you like, wow, this woman is, she finds the good in everything type situation. Be the center of attention. If he sees that you are the center of attention and people are gravitating towards you, or when you go places, people actually listen to you, that you are a leader, not a follower, he will love that you're able to direct people, not just direct them where you're bossy and tell them what to do. You direct people in the right way, and you're being very helpful to people and helping them along their way. He'll look at that and think, oh, yes, that's the one I want in my life. That's the one that I will be able to grow with and build with. Be adventurous. This man loves adventure. He loves the thrill. He's a thrill seeker. So if you can plan something, and be direct with him too. Say, hey, listen, I would like to go here, and he will definitely follow. He's the type of person that thinks that you only live once. So he would definitely say, okay, it's worth a try. This is one of the easiest signs to get. If he's attracted to you physically, he's very easy to maneuver in your direction. Okay. Plan an outdoor date, or even plan a group date with you and your friends. If you want to keep it casual, you and a friend or two, or him and his friend or two, and you guys go on a group date, and that's how you get to know each other. Anything of adventure when it comes to kayaking or hiking a mountain, or canoe or anything like that, or even going over on a boat ride for a yacht or something. Anything that you can maneuver, or some type of cruise. He loves those. Anything that is different and exciting to him, or have an hour trip on a plane. If you can say, let's just book and let's go to New York, or if you're in New York, you're going to Vegas or something like that, or you're just doing something that's outside of the box. You're doing this for the weekend and you're back on Monday morning. He's the type of guy that if you tell him, let's just ditch work today. Let's ditch work and let's just go and do something. He'll be up for it. He'll say, okay. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, let's do it. If you can sell it to him and say, hey, let's do this. Let's go, and let's not go to work tomorrow. Let's, and even you don't even have to say tomorrow. It could be that 8:00 that morning. You're telling him, let's not go today. Let's do this. Let's do something fun and adventurous. If it's not excessive and you're talking about doing it one day a week, and he hasn't done it in a while, he'll definitely go for it. Smell nice. Okay. He loves smells. He loves for a woman to smell good. Not only just the sense of her body, he loves, breath. So if you can smell, if your breath is good and it's fresh, cause, he likes that. He likes fresh breath. You pop a mint, he would definitely definitely recognize the small things like, oh, her breath smells good and her body smells good and we're doing things. I like her. Most Sagittarius are lovers of food and drink. So, if you could take them on the dinner dates and have good food, good drinks, or even a party, like they would love to have like some type of house party. They like the house party scene. And maybe it's something that, if you have a friend that's having some type of party or some type of get together or brunch or anything that he wasn't normally invited to, he would love and appreciate you for inviting him to that. And he would dress to the nines for it. You'll see him and it's like, wow, you really dressed up for this. We were having a casual date and, casual get together, and you really took this very seriously. He loves to be invited places that he wasn't normally invited to. He appreciates it. A Sagittarius is a risk taker. So even if you guys are going to a party you're not invited to and you said, let's just crash, he's down for it. He's down for the thrill. He's a risk taker. Okay. So he'll be down for going to somewhere he's not invited to. And you're like, let's just crash it. And he's like, yeah, I'm down. A Sagittarius man is honestly, he's into and gravitates towards someone who is natural looking. Okay. So he likes the natural looking partner. In other words, wear just enough makeup to draw out your best features. Don't overdo it. Okay. He also, like I told you before, he likes perfumes. Try to be something exotic, but just enough to get him a hint of what it could be. Don't overdo anything when it comes to him, because he'll, kind of judge you on it and compare you to other people. Just enough to lead him to speak to you. You can wear the soft perfumes to where when you walk by, there's a hint of, but not just overwhelming where as you leave and you're gone out the room, he can still smell you and it's been 10 hours later. He likes the subtle approach when it comes to makeup. When it comes to, just a subtle of look at what you're going to get later, not I still see you now, so I can't miss you, or I still smell you. When it comes to intimacy with a Sagittarius man, he will like intimacy that is exciting, varied, everything with a little bit of danger with it too. Something exciting. He likes toys. He likes different things, different locations, something with a lot of adventure. The thing is, if you have a lot of restraints and you feel a little shy, the Sagittarius man may not be the match for you. But if you are full of adventure and want to do adventurous things and go different places and do things in an intimate way that is adventurous, outdoors, in public or something like that, he will love that. That is something that will get him to be thinking about you for, if you stop talking to him for a couple of days just to try to keep some mystery, he'll be blowing up your phone. It'll be too much for him. One thing about a Sagittarius man is you can actually have it to where you're all that he thinks about. You are dominating his day because of your adventurous side, and how exciting you are can really take over his whole life. He can become engulfed in you to where you're all he thinks about. And that is because you are coming with no drama. He's not into the drama scene. He may be into a little gossip here and there, but when it comes to drama directly at him, he's not into it. He likes more of this fun, excitement, adventurous, keep him on his toes type of female. Try to gather some intelligence first to discern what he hasn't tried, at first. If you could try to see what he hasn't tried, it may be difficult, but his eyes will light up when you present him with a bottle of wine and say, hey, we're going to do this today, and he'll be like, I have never tried that before. Oh my gosh, you've actually found something I haven't tried. Even food, if it's something that he hasn't tried, different type of food, he will be enamored that you are able to think of something that he will eat and he's willing to try. It's like, wow, cook him a meal that's different, something exciting, something foreign. He will love that. Remember, don't be afraid to ask him out first. He will love that you are so confident within yourself that you're able to do it. Most women just sit back and wait for somebody to make a move or wait for him to make a move. But he will love that you actually took the initiative to say, hey, let's go out today. He'll love that you are so exciting and you are so confident and you are so direct and in leadership and letting him know that you're interested and you want to do something with him. He'll feel like, flattered, and he'll definitely say yes. Even if you're not his type, by you taking the initiative to ask him out first is major. It is something that most women don't do because they're following the standard rule. By you thinking outside of the box and asking him on a date, wow. Don't be possessive when it comes to a Sagittarius man. He does not like a woman who tries to control him or be possessive or start off too crazy. He's already judging and thinking, oh, she might be crazy, so don't be possessive. Be cool, be like, okay, you want to go out, you want to do something, and maybe not talk to him for a couple of days after that so he knows that you're not a weirdo or you're not crazy because he's already prejudging. The perfect gift for a Sagittarius man, his eyes will light up when you present him with a bottle of wine or even talking about or something new age. They're really into new age things. So if it's not something that he was into before, you can introduce him to it and he won't be opposed to it. Sagittarius man is very, very diverse. So you don't have to be embarrassed or ashamed of what you're into or what you're looking at. If you're into astrology or anything else, whatever, he's open. He loves to learn new things. So whatever you can introduce him to that he doesn't know about, he will definitely be invested and interested in. If you ever get the opportunity to be with this Sagittarius man, you will live a life of adventure, fun, comedy, just a ball of fun. This man will live every single day as if it was his last. And if he finds that you are the one he wants to live it with, your life will be complete with never a dull moment. He is the best friend, the best companion, the best lover, the best adventure that your life would ever, anybody you would ever meet. There's no one like him. He's the best man ever. If you can finally get him in his highest element, if you can meet him in his highest element, this is a life that you can have with a man that you can actually be happy with forever. This is a man that will love you to the depths of your core. True love is definitely with the Sagittarius man. When he's in his higher element, there's nothing that can stop you guys. How to attract the Capricorn man. The first thing you have to do is an overachiever. Tell him about your goals, what you want to do in life. Tell him that, you're working on these goals, your 5-year plans. He'll really be interested in that. That if you're an entrepreneur, let him know something about that. Like if you're a career woman or trying to move up in the company, he will really love your ambition and love your tenacity to want to succeed. That's something that'll really excite him. Be very Now, okay, the Capricorn man is not into a relationship that is a casual relationship when he's serious. He's interested in something long-term, interested in that foundation, building up some type of foundation. So all the one-night stands, all the hit and miss relationships, he's not into. When he's really serious, he's into a woman that respects herself, respects her body, and is wanting to have that family type of dynamic. So with him, what you have to do is say, you know what? I'm not into casual relationships. I'm into something more serious. I want something more serious. And he would love that you are even willing to lose him in your life in order to have that, because, to come off that strong, not what many women will do, telling a person what they want from the front door. He's a very slow mover, so he's going to really appreciate that you value yourself, and he'll know that he can trust you with his heart because you value yourself and nobody else can come in and just sweep you off your feet and take you away. Acknowledge his strengths. Okay. So if something that the Capricorn man is good at is if he's very intelligent, because they are a very intelligent sign. If he's very intelligent, just acknowledge things that he's telling you and try to implement things. Tell him that you're going to be implementing some things in his life. There are some things that he knows and he's telling you about that you had no idea. You're so amazed that he's so smart. It's, oh my goodness. Wow. You are very intelligent. I can't believe I never knew that, stuff like this. It'll really it'll really attract him and make him think that he's coming into your life for a reason and he can help you in your life. It is unwise to flirt with the Capricorn man excessively, to just be laying it on too thick. It's better to talk to him and get to know him versus, making a lot of innuendos about, being, it make you seem a little bit too promiscuous. Okay. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want anything that is so easily acquired because he feels like anybody can acquire it. All right. Be very modest, proper in the way that you dress. Dressing conservatively, because you can be sexy but conservative. Dress conservatively as if you are going out into the world demanding respect. Covered up, whether you're dressing up or down. Make sure that you have some modesty about it. And also smell nice, okay? Make sure you have good, nice smelling perfume, something that is not too heavy, but it's a good smell, something that that goes well with your body chemistry, okay? Also your breath. Make sure your breath is fresh. Capricorn men are into, fresh breath when they're talking to you or they come close to you or anything like that. If they can smell your breath, it really turns them off. They don't look over it and say, okay, well, maybe this person just ate or anything like that. They're more critical when it comes to that. And they just like fresh breath. With the Capricorn man, a slow approach is what is recommended. You'll need to get to know him first, or more importantly, he'll get to know you first. What that means is that he is trying to investigate you. He's trying to figure you out. So while you're thinking that you are getting into his brain, he's basically trying to figure out how much you know. A Capricorn man will only take you out if he is, semi-serious about you, meaning that he feels like there is something more to you. Otherwise, you'll be at home all the time, or he won't offer to take you anywhere to on a date or anything like that. He'll want to do something at home. He'll want to bring you to his house. He'll put up little effort. Now, if he's interested in you, he'll ask you out. He'll ask you to go somewhere with him, or ask you to hey, you want to go out to lunch, or you want to go here? If not, it'll be a situation at first where you can really feel him out, because he'll just want to sit in the car, or he'll just want to stand outside or something like that with you. He won't invite you anywhere. It'll be a home relationships or something secluded where nobody else is around, getting you by yourself. Okay. Not trying to show you off to the world. So pay attention to that. Are you going out, or are you staying in? Don't be put off initially if he seems a little distant and removed, perhaps even a little cold, okay? The Capricorn man isn't giving everything he can give, because he's trying to really figure out if you're worth it, okay? He's very, when it comes to his emotions, he's very selfish when it comes to giving all of his emotions, okay? So it may seem like he's not giving you enough. You're pulling at straws, or you're grasping at straws when it comes to him. But it's not that. He has to feel comfortable. And once he feels comfortable with you, this will all change. He'll start telling you more about him and talking about things that are deepest and nearest to his heart, but not at first. At first, you're on the surface, and you're going to stay on the surface until he feels completely comfortable with you. And how you can make him feel comfortable with you is not pry or pressure him to tell everything at once. Okay. Don't expect for a Capricorn man to just throw it all on the table. He's going to be very reserved at first, and he wants you to be mysterious as well. How you can get him to open up? Just acknowledge that, or you can say, you know what? I think that there's a lot of different things in your life that you have overcome. And I don't know what this is. It's something about you that's so strong. And I know that you've beat all odds. Stuff like that will make him be like, yeah, I have. I want to tell you about those things. You understand what I mean? He'll start wanting to open up a little bit more, because he can feel that you can feel that he actually overcame a lot. And now it is, now that he's overcome it, he wants to tell you how and validate your feelings on him being so strong, and this man who's able to face head to head all odds. If you're on a date with a Capricorn man, don't be afraid to talk about your work, okay? Don't be afraid to tell him how your job is, talk about your boss, talk about your coworkers. He will actually give you advice on how to strategize in your work where y'all on a date, on, you know what I mean, talking and conversing. You can bring work, you can, what is it saying about bringing work home? You can actually, he's the type of man that you can bring work home to him, or you can bring work on a first date with him. Okay, it will not make him feel like, you know, oh, why is she talking about this? It's not about me. He wants to hear and he wants to know more about you. He's trying to learn you. When you talk about work, don't just talk about what you did at work today, or talk about what, you know, what problems you're having at work. Also talk about how you want to, if you're not getting along with your boss, you know, you can ask him advice on what would you do in this situation? Would or a coworker, would you tell the boss about this situation? Would you, what would you do? And he would actually give you advice on what you need to do to get out of that situation, or to make it more, make it a more peaceful environment for you. It'll be something, he might tell you something that happened in his work life that will help you along your way. Although a Capricorn man moves very slow at first in picking the right woman that he wants in his life, the reason why he's very cautious about this is because he not only wants a relationship to be about success, he wants them to be successful, okay? And anything he feels that he's rushing into, in the past, he may have had situations in the past where he rushed into something and it didn't work, obviously, because now his interest is you, or your interest is him, you know? So he, you know, it may not have worked out. It may have been a situation where it broke his heart and it wasn't long lasting. So with that, he will want something that that is going to last a lifetime, that is going to last a duration of his life and yours, that you guys can actually build on. He doesn't want that hit and miss type of relationship. He's looking for something more. So in that, you know, they say that the tortoise and the hare, you know, the tortoise is the one end up winning the race. So that's basically what happens with him. So it's okay. It's okay to move slow with him, because this will be a wonderful relationship between you and this man. This man, will enjoy getting to know you and know more about you. He will let you speak, and also he will tell you a little bit more about himself once he feels comfortable. Okay. He is a strong, considerate, good man. And he can also be a good father. Okay. So he can be a good dad if you, once he has that foundation with you, of course, he can be a very good father, to his children. When it comes to intimacy, a Capricorn man can be the type of man that will want to manifest love with you. He wants to actually love you, and he may even do that by any means possible. When it comes to texting you sweet messages, he loves to text. He loves to, you know, reach out to you, maybe even on a daily basis, but he wants to make sure that when he reaches out to you, that you're also doing the same for him. You know, like, you know, he doesn't want to have a one-sided type of relationship. Okay. When it comes to money, when it comes to what he spends on you, he wants to make sure that you're doing the same thing. So match him where he is. If he's texting you, text him back. If he's, you know, doing something for you financially, do something back for him. He wants to see that the relationship is reciprocal and that you both are doing for each other. When you guys are, when he's going out of his way to please you in the way of love, or intimacy, do the same for him. Okay. If he buys you a gift, you know, appreciate it. Talk about how much you appreciate it. Acknowledge that he's done it for you, and it will make him do more, okay? But he never wants a one-sided relationship. Trust me, ladies, he doesn't want that. If he feels like he has a relationship where he's always reaching out to you, or he's always coming on to you, or he will let you know. He will let you know how he feels about that. One thing about a Capricorn man can be a great catch, okay? If you want something grounded, if you want something stable, if you want a man that's going to be with you in the long run. He's not the one that will get rid of the relationship very easily. He's one that'll stick in there even when it's tough. Okay, he'll stick in there. Even with some people who are estranged from a Capricorn man, there's still some type of link that they have with him. Okay, there's still something about him, or some type of, he's never gone forever, so just be aware of that from any of his past relationships. Okay, there's still something that that could possibly bring them together, because he doesn't want to really hurt. Unless he's completely hurt, that's when he'll go in, but he really doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Okay, so he will never really you will have to get rid of him first. Okay, he will sulk, he will be in his feelings, but it's easy to get a Capricorn man back. So this is a great like I said, this is a great match for anyone who's seeking out a Capricorn man. It'll be a slow moving process, but it'll be a process that is worth it, because he will be something that strong, confident lover that you've been looking for. Okay, you've been looking for this type of man. This is a good one to want in your life. It's a good man to have as a sturdy, stable foundation. Good luck, ladies, in capturing a Capricorn's man heart. You have your work cut out for you, but it's well worth it. How to attract an Aquarian man. Oh, wow. The Aquarians, those sociable and easygoing people, right? Well, what he wants from you is to be sociable and easygoing. He would like for you to be his friend. Start off as being his friend first. Start a friendship. Starting a friendship would make, you heard the saying, if friends make the best lovers. That is what you need to do for an Aquarian man, because he's like, that's my best friend. And 9 times out of 10, if someone is his best friend, they hold a pretty strong place in his heart. So that's the best way in. Be a humanitarian. If you see homeless people on the street, if you want an Aquarian man, or just talk about it. Just talk about how you've helped people, of things that you've done in your life to help people, selflessly help people. They will eat that up. They will be like, you tell them, hey, I fed some homeless people, they were like, oh, okay, I'll go with you. Next time you go, let me know. That's something that they love. They would love to do that and experience that together, feeding the homeless and doing things for others. And also, doing things for your family, tell them that you're doing things selflessly. Talk about starting a business. You can talk about saying, I want to start a business. I want to do something and be an entrepreneur, speak on their level, because entrepreneurship is something that Aquarian men, even if they have a regular job, they will have something that they're doing on the side, whatever it is, whether it be legal or not. They will have something that they're doing on the side to bring in that hustle, bring in that more money for that hustle type situation. Now, if they're doing something for you, you need to be grateful. Be grateful. Tell them thank you. Thank you for doing this for me. I appreciate it. They like to be acknowledged in that way. They like for somebody to appreciate what they're doing for you. If they buy you things, some Aquarian men are very generous. So if they're getting you something, just tell them thank you, and that you appreciate it. Let them help you. Let the Aquarian man help you. So if he is actually offering help, let him help you. Let him do things for you. Let him, take control and take the lead and do things for you, because that's what he wants. Do not be the type of woman or whoever is listening. Don't be the type of person that is, thinking, then they do like the independence of you. But if they're offering, be like, if they're offering to pick up the bags or do something, let them do it. Don't just go in there and be like, no, I got this, I got that. That's all fun and games, fun and well with the independence thing that, some people have. But when Aquarian steps out, when Aquarian man wants to help, let them help. Be fun and be creative. If you are good at doing something, if you are good at creating something from nothing and good at making things from your hands and doing something different and quirky, they love it. So if you're like, you're doing something where, hey, look, I made this out of, and it don't have to be good, just that you tried, by you trying, they'll see that your brain is working. And so they're really like that. Debating. Aquarian men love to debate. They like for you to have a difference of opinion. They don't want you to always be a yes person to agree with them. They want the good, healthy debate, not the argument in it, just a good, healthy debate. And they will get into it and really debate you and talk forever about the situation and trying to prove themselves to be right on what they know. But they will enjoy that, and they'll actually think about that after the conversation is over. Be like, man, I can't wait to see what this person thinks about this topic or this situation. Yeah. Don't be jealous around their friends, okay? So if an Aquarian man has a best friend that is the opposite sex, or the same sex, whatever, they love friendship. They love to have people around them that are friends. Some Aquarian men, their friends are like their family. So you being jealous of these friends and that these friends have to go on group dates with you, and you know what I mean? You got to go on a group date. It's just you and them. It's like, can we ever spend some time alone? Why do they have to come? That might be something that you may be thinking, but don't be jealous of the friends, because when they feel like they can fit you into their world, that's when they're most comfortable. When they feel like that they get to have their freedom and have you as well, as far as like you being a part of their, so really they're not free, but they're in a relationship with you, but they get to have their outside people and they'll bring you along with them. It won't be a situation where you'll be left home and they're out with their buddies or whatever like that. One thing about it, now you may think, man, why does this Aquarian man want so much space? How come he's, why does he want space? Even when we're in the same home, why does he want to be alone? Well, Aquarian men, they like to have their space. They like to have their freedom. And if you don't give them their freedom, they might rebel. They might, seek it out just because you don't want them to have it. They can sense when you're trying to be smothering. So try not to smother an Aquarian man. Okay. All right. So strange and unusual foods. You can, say, hey, I found this nice restaurant. I wanted to go to. Don't, you can suggest it, but don't offer it to him for him to actually. And if you're trying to seduce or attract him, you can suggest it, but don't say, don't try to force it. Let him think that he made the idea, but it was his idea. But strange and unusual type of restaurants, and not even strange and unusual, something maybe that you're not into. Maybe if you're not vegan, you want to go to a vegan restaurant and you're not even vegan, but try something new. Okay. Try something new. An Aquarian man would really want to do something different, want to see things that are not the norm. Anything that is not the norm, they are really into. He also loves to talk about and explore intellectual ideas. We talked about that. So if you're talking to an Aquarian, don't fake intelligence, because they can spot it a mile away. And you're trying to use big words that you don't know the meaning to, don't do that, because they will know if you're using these words in a sentence and it doesn't belong. They may not call you out, but they may think, oh, I can't, this person's, in their mind, they may think that they're an idiot, because they're critical, but they will never really tell you. They'll just think it and then they'll ghost you. It's just, they just want somebody on their equal playing field. I know it sounds harsh, but they want to be, they want you to be intellectually challenging for them, because they love a challenge. Aquarian love a challenge. So by them loving a challenge, don't be too loose or don't, because they'll exploit that. If you are trying to seduce Aquarian men, have some mystery about yourself, a little bit of mystery. Don't put it all on the table at once. Let them wonder, because they will. Okay, they will. If everything is all on the table, you took away the challenge. They you took away everything. It's like, what's up? What else is new? So they're on to the next interesting and exciting person that they can find, somebody that is different. Okay. When it comes to gift, get them something that's unusual. Aquarian man will be happy. Avoid anything practical or ordinary. Okay. This can make an Aquarian man quite difficult to shop for, but not impossible. And on the plus side, it can make shopping a lot of fun. You know, you can also be creative. You can make something for them. They will really love that too. Something, you know, they love the internet, anything internet or something techie, you know, so you can get them something, some type of technology, something like that. They really love that. They were really, you know, and also sentimental gifts. If you give them something with their name engraved in it or carved in it, really great ideas for an Aquarian man. You know, you can Google a word. You can say like weird gifts and then pick something like that. Any of those gifts that you see on the infomercial, if you want to give them a gift, you know, those ones that don't make the market, those type of things an Aquarian man will like. You might be like, what in the world is this? But that'll get them thinking like, why would she even think that? Or why would they even think that I would like this? And trying to figure that out. And that'll be a whole thing that they can ponder around in their mind about why you thought they would like it. And then now all of a sudden they're looking at it, this gadget, and they love it, you know? So, as I stated before, you know, Aquarian, well, let me just say, Aquarian men can be a little bit prudish at first, okay? When it comes to intimacy, right? They could be a little bit prudish and stuff, but once they actually get to be in a relationship with you, they can be on the wild side and doing a lot of things that you'll be like, wait a minute, you know? You know, because they like to take control. They are very dominant. They're very dominant. So they just might change up and start off one way and end in another, you know. So just be aware of that. Dealing with an Aquarian man can be very exciting. You know, it can be a lot of adventure. It can be exciting. Once they love you for life. They can be very loyal, but it takes a while, you know, it takes a while. It depends on how mature he is at the time. You know, it takes a while for him to actually establish loyalty. But once he's loyal to you, once he actually established that you are the one, there's no breaking the bond with an Aquarian man. There's no breaking it when it comes to you. Once you start off as friends first, have that friendship with an Aquarian man, and you have him for life. He'll always be there to talk to you, to give you ideas about your own life, and love you forever. How to attract a Pisces man. Be romantic. A Pisces man is a natural romantic, so they are huge at it. So just be romantic. You know, have a way about you, like you know, if you guys are talking, tell him that you like romantic gifts, like flowers or something, and say that you would love to do something like, you know, having a picnic in the moonlight or something like that. He will love that. He'll try to recreate that type of scenario. He will recreate the picnic at night with the candles and the wine and stuff like that, because they like to drink. So wine is something that they will pursue. He would love to have that blanket on the ground and stuff. And if you tell him, this is what I want to do, this is the perfect ideal date for me, he'll be like, hey, let's do that. You know, he'll want to do that. They love to be complimented, and having their ego stroked by you is something that he'll never forget. Okay. He will always remember that you're the one that's stroking his ego. So don't forget to tell this man how special he is to you and how you think that what he does, and compliment on something that he's doing creatively or something, even, if he's telling you something on how he handled a situation, compliment him on how to handle it and say, wow, you really did a good job on the way that you were able to maneuver yourself in that situation. These men are also more attracted to the simpler things, you know. They are laid back, and they don't like women who are very materialistic or superficial. So remember, if you want a Pisces man to be putty in your hands, the secret is to make him feel good about himself. Okay. So whatever he's able to do, like if he doesn't have a lot, but he's, you know, the little bit that he's doing, tell him how much you appreciate what he's doing for you, because it might have been a sacrifice for him to actually, if he doesn't have much, it was a sacrifice for him to do it. Or if he's making a small gesture and he does have a lot, you know, by you being grateful for the small things that he's doing, it's something that he will treasure, and he'll end up doing a lot for you later on. Be polite, okay? And also be generous when it comes to him. If he's doing something for you, it's good to, you know, reciprocate, you know, do something back for him. And sweet notes. He loves, like, if you write notes, you know, not text messages if you want to, or just stick a note, you know, you see him, you can put a note in his back pocket or put a note in his pocket. If he's coming around you and he takes his coat up and put his coat up, you can just slip a note in there, you know, like, you know, I really had a good time. And you can, when he calls, you can be like, hey, look in your pocket. And he'll look in his pocket and he'll flip the note over and see that you wrote him a note, you know, a thank you note or something like that. He will be like, oh my God, who is this woman? Okay. This guy, he's looking for a woman that loves learning new things. So if you're open to learn new things, some of them like for women to actually be going for a higher level of education. But if not that, if you're just interested in knowing new things and learning new things outside of the box, like if he wants to talk about some deep things, or maybe even like UFOs or something, and you're into learning something about what he knows, he'll be like putty in your hands, because it's like, you know, wow, she's really listening to me. I'm talking about the biological construct of something, you know what I mean? And she's very attentive and listening to me, you know. He's very deep. He could be very deep, and he will want to share his feelings and stuff with someone. He wants to really, you know, open up and you know, tell you about his feelings and how things made him feel, and what the situations like at work or in a family type things. He wants somebody who's his best friend, someone that he can confide in. So what you can do is to try to make him be your best friend. It's just like, you know, you can open up to him a little bit and tell him, you know, I want someone that I'm able to talk to, that I can trust. And he'll feel the same way. And he'll be like, you know, you'll probably think to himself, well, maybe I can be that person, but let me see if I can trust you first. So he may test you with certain things to see how you'll react. You know, he may be looking at you, or and to see how you'll react to what he's telling you. And if you take it well and you're like, wow, I understand, being very understanding to what he's saying to you, you'll see his body language shift and relax. He'll be more relaxed in talking to you, because he knows that he can now trust you with his innermost secrets and thoughts. When a Pisces man is in a relationship, he wants to be around you constantly. So he's going to be wanting to constantly be in your presence. All right. He's the type that, you know, he feels like, okay, why should we be apart? You know what I mean? I care for you. You care for me. I want to be with you. Remember, a Pisces man will fight for a relationship just as long as the other person is willing to fight too. So if you're willing to fight for it, this Pisces man is willing to fight for it. If you had a strong foundation, okay, if you have a strong foundation that is built on trust, mutual trust and respect, he will never want to let you go. But if you're not fighting for the relationship, he will drop the ball too. He will leave it alone too. He will not pursue it. All right. So just let him know that you're in it too. You're in this relationship with him, and you want this. And you could tell him that, you know, when I'm in a relationship, I love, and I love hard, you know, stuff like that. Certain words that you could put out there to let him know that when you're in it for life, or you want something to be long lasting. Okay. He may say things like, when you're actually in a relationship, like, we're going to be together forever, this type of thing. You know, he's that type, but he constantly wants you to be with them. If you guys are going on a walk or something, or like walking in the park, he'll want to do that. He may love animals. So, you can, if he has a dog or something, get something for his animal, get something for his dog, or get something for whatever animal, the cat or whatever, you know, get something for his animal or his children, you know, show him that, you know, that you care and you're thinking about someone other than yourself, you know, and that situation, he'll greatly appreciate it. A Pisces man will spend the whole day daydreaming. I mean, he can daydream for hours about what he wants in life and how he wants things to play out in his life. Okay. Now, this explains why he often is in his own little bubble, okay? To feel good, he needs to feel useful and to be perfectly in tune with his loved ones, okay? He might, Pisces men are sometimes a little bit, well, not even a little bit, sometimes they're very intuitive. So therefore, they may even finish your sentences when you guys are in a relationship, or, if you're looking for somebody who's, if you like flowers or something like that, they may even bring you flowers. You'll be like, I was just thinking about that, or something that you need. They will be daydreaming so much, or really using their intuition about what it is that you want, that they'll become in sync with you and actually get what you want when you're needing it. You're like, yeah, I was just thinking about this early today. You just, they will be very in tune when it comes to you, very sweet. Okay. Very sweet energy. Yeah. So just confide in this Pisces man about your feelings and emotions, okay? Things that you feel, say, I feel this way, this made me feel this way, say the word feel when you're talking to him. And like if you're in the car with him, and let's say you went on a date, you got the date with him, and y'all in the car before you get walked to your door or something. Just sit in the car for a moment with him and just have a talk. He will feel so connected to you in the quietness of just you and him talking back and forth. He may even lean back his seat while he's in the car, may not want to get out the car yet or end the date. And just, you do the same. You sit with him and you have your energy very relaxed, and you guys just have a conversation and tell him how you feel about, talk about life and how you feel about life and what you want to do in this life, and how you want a partner, but you want the right one. You just don't want just anyone. He would definitely understand that, and he'll know that you are serious about something, having longevity in a relationship. So show your emotions. Be grounded. Don't be flighty type of energy. Be very grounded. Let him know that you're there for him and that you want someone to be there for you. Okay. Show him that you can be trusted. Show him that you can be trusted and that you won't betray him or cheat on him or hurt him in any way intentionally or at all. You know what I mean? Because he wants to know that he can trust you with his heart, because he sometimes, some Pisces can wear their heart on their sleeves and they can get very emotional. So, he can be a deep thinker, kind of a deep thinker and wanting something serious. So when you're trying to get him and he's looking for a relationship, he's going to want somebody that he can be on the same mental, physical, and emotional level with. So be deep and be thoughtful. A Pisces man is looking for a soulmate. He's looking for someone he can connect with on the same energy level. There's no cheating when it comes to seducing him, because he cannot be seduced with anything but emotion. All right. He wants a partner that is willing to bring him emotional stability. So when it comes to looks, okay, if you have long hair, don't put your hair up. He doesn't like the hair in a bun or hair in a ponytail or anything like that. He likes loose flowing hair. You remember, he's a fish. He's like, he's swimming back and forth. So he likes, like that mermaid type of look, that long flowing hair with like the waves and stuff like that. Reminds him of the ocean. Okay. He likes, wear blue. Blue is one of the prettiest colors, like a light blue, something always related back to the ocean, okay? Water, He loves heels, and don't be afraid of red lipstick. He loves the red lipstick, okay? Pisces guy also loves the little details like the red lipstick or the painted nails or something like that. Don't forget to wear it confidently, because he will sense your insecurities if you have that on and you're just doing it for him, but you really don't feel as beautiful as you do look, okay? Your goals is to look like you are slightly unreachable to him. So like you're out of his league in some type of way. He wants to feel like, wow, I have a prize. Okay. Also, don't be Virgo, all that cursing and stuff like that. He doesn't like anything vulgar, or he can do it, but when you're doing it in excess, he's like, oh, she's saying all these bad words, stuff like, he'll judge you for it. All right. Or sexually too. Don't be overly vulgar when it comes to that either, because it turns him off. The only thing you need to achieve by making him treat you just like the girl, it's like you don't want him to be, to treat you like a one night stand. You want him to treat you like somebody, because he'll toss you away. If he feels like, oh, she's vulgar, oh, she's, she doesn't respect herself, and then he will definitely not respect you. Okay. When you actually get a Pisces man to be with you and you actually have him, the Pisces man is one of the most loving, sensitive, caring men you've ever want to meet. He's one that will finish your sentences. He's one that will be romantic and buy you flowers and really love on you and have that one-on-one communication and attention and talking to him. And you guys are communicating together. In a deep communication, not just this flighty, he'll want to hold you and talk to you about life and your dreams and your goals. It's one of the best relationships, if you're matched with him, that you can ever have. A Pisces man, and being with this man is like having the best of both worlds. A friend, a partner, and a lover. Compassionate, honest lover. Congratulations, ladies, on capturing your Pisces man.